Hey everyone, welcome once again to my channel. I'm Tina with Tina's Inspired Art, and today I am going to be sharing with you what's right behind me. It's a wolf. I've sketched out real loosely a wolf on this multi-medium paper, and I think it's going to come out really cool. I've got some really cool ideas. I've been working with Procreate to create my images and mash different images that I will either have taken images myself or found images and can mash them together with different images to create my own art, my own unique piece of art. And so I've got a wolf portrait here, and I haven't drawn out the flowers because I'm just going to paint the flowers without drawing them first. Sometimes I like to do that with flowers because you can be so much more loose with how you paint if you don't already have your drawing on your canvas. But with the wolf, I really wanted to make sure that I drew it accurately. I, did it on the app, and then I just drew it freehanded on here, but I wanted to make sure that I got the form correct. So sometimes it can be easier for me if I have the form and I've drawn it out. I know how to draw it, but I feel like I could make more mistakes and not get the form correct if I'm just painting it. So without a drawing first, especially on an animal where I want to make sure that I see shape and form of the fur itself. So it helps me to have the drawing. So I drew that out, and I'm going to have some flowers coming around this way and up here, and I may have like a moon in the back right here. So it'll be quite interesting, and it'll be this part of it, I'm not sure yet, but it'll be very abstract. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this one. If you don't already know, I am in the mastery program of the Milan Art Institute. I'm currently in section 2, and it's, let me see, it's part 2, I'm sorry. It is part 2 of the mastery program, section 9. So this is where we have already been introduced all of the multi-mediums that we could ever want to use. They've introduced all of them. The last one was gold leaf. So if you haven't already checked out my video on the gold leaf, I did a couple with gold leaf, and I think they came out really pretty. I did some flowers with honeybee in it, and it has like the honey dripping. So I used the gold leaf with that. And then I also did a big honeybee where I initially was going to put the gold leaf on the wings of the honeybee because it's a really big, blown up, like big size honeybee. If you haven't seen that video, I recommend you go see that one. It's one of my favorites because honeybees are so important to us, to our survival here on Earth. I mean, they really, really are. If you don't know anything about honeybees, we can't survive without a honeybee. And having our honeybees alive is super important to us. So I recommend that we pay attention to our honeybees. And so I did a big honeybee. They mean so much to me, with some magnolias because I love magnolias. They're one of my favorite flowers. So I mashed those two images together and made a nice big painting of that. And I was going to put the honeybee or the gold leaf on the wings, but I decided not to do the gold leaf on the wings. I ended up by painting the wing veins within the honeybee just as a gold oil paint instead. I think it came out really pretty. Either way would have been great, but I just decided to do the gold oil paint instead of the gold leaf. But I do like working with gold leaf. I think it really gives some elegance to your paintings. I have so many different mediums now that I know how to incorporate into my works. And so depending on what I'm doing will determine which element I will incorporate into my art going forward. I feel like I do have my process down of what I feel comfortable, what I have been introduced and what I really enjoy working with. And so I think that's what I'll be doing on this one here. Some abstract in the background. I'll work with some very fluid acrylics, get some drips in there, get some mark making in there, and always follow it up with my oils, because oils make a huge difference on your paintings. They just make them come alive. I absolutely love working with oil paints. They are my favorites, but I do enjoy working with acrylics as my base or the foundation that I build off of to incorporate my oils on top. Oils just make them juicy, and that's the end result that I'm looking for, to have that painting really come alive. And that's what the Milan Art Institute taught us to work with. They really went through the steps. I have thoroughly enjoyed all of the lessons that they've taught us and continue to teach us as I'm going through the remainder of this program. It's a full year program, and I've only gone through the first quarter of it. I feel like I've learned so much. So if you're looking to learn via a course, then I highly recommend this for you. So what I'm going to do and show you what I do on this prior to actually beginning my painting is I have learned that if you don't seal these edges really, really, really good with your tape, you don't press it down. I'm going to use this kind of a little silicone spatula, and I am going to just really press down on that tape to seal it onto my paper, because if I don't, I have found that working with acrylics and liquids, inks, and whatever is very liquidy, it really does seep up underneath that painter's tape. Even though this is painter's tape, if you can let it drip and everything, and it will still get up underneath that tape. And so I do have some of my paintings where they have dripped, and I'm still trying to learn how to correct that dripping up underneath. If any of you that are watching know how to fix that, I would love to know, because I currently do not know how to fix the seeping up underneath where I've taped off. And I would, I guess I've thought about, I could tape it off a little and paint over it, like just a white border. But I just want to know if there's an easier fix or a different fix that I'm not thinking of. Or I could make the border maybe even gold leaf. I could gold leaf a nice border around if it's tastefully done. So we'll see in the future if that's something that I discover and realize how to correct. I will share that with all of you. But in the meantime, I hope you enjoy this painting right behind me that we're going to work on together. Let me know what you guys think about it. I really am excited. I think, wolves can be a little scary. We have some coyotes that are in our backyard, like not right directly in our backyard, but I can hear them in the woods because we have woods in the back beyond our pool area. And the other night, and I think maybe that's why I'm doing this painting, the other night we heard coyotes yelping in the background. Like, you knew that they had like a little clan of babies because you could hear them all. they were just yelping so much. I was just like, oh my gosh, they sound like they were right back there, but they weren't. We had a big flashlight and we're shining out in our backyard, and my husband did see some eyes, that he could see the eyes in the backyard, like way back there, but I still thought that's a little too close for me. So I think I probably got the idea of painting a wolf, or yeah, this is more like a wolf, not a coyote, but a wolf, because I think wolves are just mysterious, and you know, I want to bring a softness to this one with some flowers introduced. I think it's gonna come out really cool. All right, I think I'm gonna start off with some spray paint first.